love is a burning thing, but it makes the fire rain. But our love has always been more like a porch light restaurant, like coming home. I have never been much of a romantic, and I am not one who believes in fate or soulmates, but here you are. I remember the first time I saw you, and then I never wanted that night to end. I remember that we immediately agreed that crunchy peanut butter is far superior to creamy. We silently consented on our second date that there are no friends on a powdered egg. I will never forget the night that I could not hold in the words any longer that I love you. Rainy nights in the Sopranos dance, the crazy adventures you took me on where water numbs every part of me, yet I never felt more alive. Or the time that we thought it would be fun to look at real estate, and the next week we were homeowners. The best times in my life have been with you. I cannot thank you enough for who you are and who you shaped me to be. I admire you every time you walk into a room. The way that you make others feel at ease and fit in no matter what the situation. You are really good at packing the van and researching every detail of what stove we should buy. Your sense of humor and wit remind me not to take things so seriously. I am truly thankful. Because I never thought that I would find someone like you or a love like this, I vow that I will cherish you as the best gift that I have ever been given. I promise to grow with you and laugh with you. I promise to never let you grow a unibrow and to always order for you. When times are challenging, I promise to listen to you and be there for you and remind us of the love that we are feeling today and the commitment that we have to each other. I choose you every day, and I vow to re-choose you for the rest of my life. I love you.
Cut back. We should see it's like a lot of repeat.
You talk about the Sopranos dance for sure.
I'm dropping it down. Make a couple of audible edits. Okay. Before I had even met Laura, we formed a favorable bond over peanut butter. Specifically crunchy. So I knew then that there was potential to introduce her to the family. Despite her hesitation for hugging, my first date impression of her was pretty solid. This girl is smart, easy on the eyes, knows what's in a Negroni, and is equally comfortable in the mountains and the city. She must be crazy, I thought. Our follow-up date was pretty special. I had plans the following day to go snowboarding with my friend Drew, and mentioned to Laura that she should come along, not thinking that she would, and not discussing it with Drew. At around 2 a.m., the morning of, I got the text that she was in. Needless to say, my buddy wasn't too stoked about my last-minute invite to some girl to come hit the slopes with us. But after some careful convincing that he would not be the third wheel and that he should drive, we were on our way to Stevens Pass. Laura made her first turns, and I quickly realized that although I had her beat by age, I was going to have to keep up on pretty much everything else. Our dating adventures continued. Fortunately, Laura didn't seem to be scared that I drove a white van. nor too nervous when watching me shove shims into the doors and windows while driving to quiet the rattling noises, which is pretty irregular practice on our frequent trips to the coast. It was out of the coast where we have nurtured our affinity for getting away from it all, and where we first exchanged I love yous. Laura, you are my significant otter. I love you. I love the way you leave the lids off of every jar, and the way you leave your shoes in the middle of the hallway, and the way you groom my ear hair, and the way you work hard at everything you do, the way you put up with me constantly pinching you, the way I can take you absolutely anywhere and know that everything will be okay, the way you make me feel loved, and the way you always ask me, what's my favorite thing? Well, my favorite thing is clearly you. And I guess we'll need to look at upgrading your self-proclaimed title of Girlfriend of the Year.
now I'd like to read some advice on marriage by Khalil Gibran. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cup, but drink not from one cup. Give one another your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together, and be joyous. But let each of you be alone, even as the strings of a lute are alone, though they quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping, for only the hand of life can contain your hearts. And stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of a temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's saddles. Now you fell in love by chance, but you're here today because you're making a choice. You're both choosing each other. You've chosen to be with someone who enhances you, who makes you think, makes you smile, and makes every day brighter. Ryan, do you take this woman to be your wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I do.
Laura, do you take this man to be your husband, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
I'd now like to invite Brady, the ring bearer. Now let these rings be a sign that love has a past, a present, and a future, through you and within you. The promises which you have spoken to each other today are forever in your minds and your heart. Ryan, take Laura's ring, place it on her finger, and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a sign that I choose you.
I give you this ring as a sign that I choose you,
And as a reminder that I love you.
and as a reminder that I love you.
Now, Laura, take Ryan's ring and place it on his finger. I give you this ring as a sign that I choose you,
I give you this ring as a sign that I choose you.
and as a reminder that I love you.
As a reminder.
Ryan and Laura, you have heard the words about love and marriage. You have exchanged your vows and made your promises, and celebrated your union with the giving and receiving of rings. It is at this time that I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.